Hi guys, I'm making good progress on the main gameplay loop now. One of the things that I have done is I have implemented resident cards. So what we can do now is kind of I've separated out basically the dude at the bottom, who's the resident, and then the trauma. So you can you've got the trauma cards here and the resident card as well as all the treat cards. And what I've now got actually several residents. I've defined about 8 of them. So far, I've done 8 residents. They've each got their own backstory, which took far too long to do. And so far, I've got just 8 residents, and each one has just got one trauma. And I've got 12 houses in all. So what I would like to do is have maybe 12 residents and have the last 4, if I've got time, to implement a mechanic whereby they can be having multiple traumas. Then I think I could make it more interesting. But I've got the start at the moment, and I've now got the gameplay working. So if I find, what have I got on for this one? So at the moment I'm still just kind of cheating, so I can just sort of like change the resident and just grab new cards just with my buttons there. What have we got here? So we've got John, who is lonely. So he's a kind man, quietly carrying 6 years of loneliness since losing his wife. The emptiness lingering despite his gentle nature. So if I have a look in here, I've got one there which has got 2 points. This one's got 3. Now I haven't implemented a cost system yet, so that's another thing that still needs to be done. But now I can grab this card, and if I drop it over here, his little bubble gets a lot smaller. I can drop off cards and just like drop them anywhere else, and they'll just go back into the deck. Now, one thing that I will be doing, which I haven't implemented yet, is I can drop it here on the player. Ooh, they're both bouncing. That's a bug. I have to try and fix that. You can drop it on the player drop zone, and then the idea is that the player is going to be kind of absorbing some of the residents' trauma as well, but I haven't implemented that part yet. So if I now but you can see down the bottom, oh no, you probably won't be able to see that because my face will be in the way. If I play another card, that will probably wipes it out. Now what you probably can't see here, because I'm guessing my face is in the way, is that John's trauma has been cured. These are not both supposed to be bouncy. Definitely got a bug there. So I've now got a basic gameplay mechanic whereby I can reduce the trauma of the actual resident. Why is that doing that? Okay, that's really annoying. I'm going to stop that now. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm going to have to fix that bug. And then the next thing is to kind of implement the idea of the point system, and then determining how many cards there are, and also how I'm going to have the player kind of go from resident to resident. So I don't know whether it's just going to kind of like cycle through them and you just kind of like move one onto the next. I'm not sure that's really going to work, because there is a problem that I have also encountered as I started testing this. If I just randomly grab a few cards, what have we got here? Anger. I've got one there of 2 points. It's quite possible I've tested this out before and I've pulled like a dozen cards and none of them had the right trauma. And that's the problem with having 32 cards and having it random, is that they might not have any cards that are useful for this particular resident. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I think I'm going to have to maybe rethink the mechanics a little, or not the mechanics, but kind of maybe have the cards sort of carry over from one resident to the next, and they can kind of move around between residents in some way, so they haven't got a great gift for this particular resident, they can move on to another one and maybe come back to him or something like that. So I have to think about how I might do that. But at least I've got, I mean, that bug with the focusing there, I mean, I could always just turn that focusing off. It's not massively important if I can't fix it. It's not the end of the world type of bug. Oh, it happens when you play the card. Oh, there you go. All right. So once you play the card, it starts pulsing and it doesn't stop. Right. Okay. I should be able to fix that quite easily then. Okay. So that'll be my job next time. My cat is being really ridiculous this evening. Yeah, she's it's not exactly sympathetic to this game jam. I don't think she cares that I've only got a few hours left. Okay. All right. That's all I've got for now. Speak to you next time, guys.